Hi guys, it's Will from Magic the Friendly Tavern, and tonight I'm actually recording games for the alt modern homebrew community and on Untap. So we are on Untap. We're joined now by Silas and Show Reaver, and they're going to have a little game of modern, alt modern. They can't use decks that are in the meta, but they can use homebrews. So what we're going to see tonight, nobody knows. All right, he's going to lead out with a stomping ground, shocking in a stomping grounds. It's 2 life down for Silas, and he is now playing a wild nat Nicottle. Um, he has a mountain and a forest. If he gets a plains in play, this Nicottle will be a 3/3. It's already a 2/2, so it looks like some zoo action maybe. Our opponent here is playing a swamp into a Blood Chief's Thirst, which is a sorcery. Destroy target creature, planeswalker, convert a mana cost 2 or less. If the spell is kicked, instead destroy target creature or planeswalker. Great little spell. That's nifty. Works pretty well in this format. Everything in this format usually costs around three or less, so it's no big deal. That's the kind of spells you're looking for. I guess it's Fatal Push without being Fatal Push in this format. Um, Seems good. Seems good. I'm also in the middle of a thunderstorm, so y'all might hear some thunder and stuff. But if my power goes back out, I got a battery backup, so we should be fine. You might also hear my air conditioner running. He puts in Temple Garden and tapped, I do believe, to make his Wild Nicottle a 3/3. But it looks like he tapped 2 lanes. Let's go back up here. What did he do exactly? Yep, that's what I believe he did. Did he crack this? No, he didn't crack this. Okay. Or is he getting Thoughtseize? Yes, he's getting Thoughtseize. Okay, yeah, that's why he revealed his hand to everybody. He has a Pride Sovereign in there, which gives his cats +1. Oh, this is a tribal cat deck. That is cool. It's got Crystallic Pride Mage, which is awesome, awesome creature. I run that in my deck too. 2 mana, 2/2 Exalted. Tap 1, sacrifice it, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Then the Pride Sovereign is a 3 mana, 2/2. It's in the graveyard now. 3 mana, 2/2. Pride Sovereign gets +1/+1 for each cat you control. Pay 1 and exert it. Create 2/1/1 cat creature tokens with lifelink. That's pretty decent. Little engine there. Little token producing engine. Exert means when it attacks, you pay the exert cost, and then it does it untap during your next untap step. I don't think you have to even attack with it. You just have to tap it in some way or form or fashion. Um, he plays the planes that we saw. We don't know what his other cards in his hand are. So it looks like Naya Zoo, basically. There's the Crystalli Pride Mage. Naya Zoo Cats. And here's a Rancor onto the Wild Nicottle. Ooh, that Wild Nicottle is beefed up with Trample and is ready to rock and roll. It's a 5/3 now because it gets +2/+0 from the Rancor. Now, the great thing about Hush Dogs. So, sorry, in the background, you might hear my dogs are barking at the thunder. My dogs are barking at the thunder. I do apologize for that. All right, so far we have Urborg, Swamp, and Expedition Map played by Silas. And a Thoughtseize. And that Blood Chief's Ascension. That's about it. Blood Chiefs, whatever. Okay. Mm. And we are moving into combat. That is a total of 7 coming in at Silas. Looks like you played a turn or played a forest and then passed turn. At end of turn, it looks like the expedition map is getting cracked. And we are looking for a card. So yeah, these go well, and a lot of people like these. I'm going to be doing a lot of these tournaments here to help out our fellow homebrew channel. I'm in association with them doing this. We've entered into a partnership, so that's fine. It's great. I love it. What is this? He went and got a blast zone, ooh, from for the expedition map. Blast zone ticks up, or you pay so much into it, and then you can crack it to deal damage to creatures, I do believe, or destroy them, one or the other. Sacrifice blood, destroy all each non-land permanent, convert a mana cost equal to the number of charge counters on it. It costs XX, put X charge counters on it. That's pretty good. That's a good way to get rid of those solid primage and that wild Nacatl. Silas also still has 5 cards in hand. It looks like he's a mono black control deck, is what I'm gonna call him. Up against Nia Zoo. Wow, I haven't seen a matchup like this since 2004, 2006. Probably 2006, most likely. That's when Zoo came out, right? That's when Nia Zoo was at its height. Yes, the Wild Nacatl dies, but the Rancor bounces back to hand. And you can replay it on another creature. That's the one thing about Rancor is it's one of the few auras that do not go to the graveyard with the creature when its destroyed creature is destroyed. So it's not a 2-for-1. It's never a 2-for-1 because you always get it back. Rancor is considered one of the more fundamentally broken cards in Magic. Uh, it doesn't. It seems like small potatoes now, but back in the day, it was an enabler. Definitely an aggressive enabler. It still is, but doesn't see as much play as it used to. Oh. All right, now we have a King of the Pride coming out is a 3-mana 2/1. Other cats you control get +2/+1. That Quasali Pride Mage is a 2/2, getting +2/+1, making it a 4/3. Getting the +2/+0, making it a 6/4. I do believe that was the end of the game. I do believe we couldn't stop that 6/4 Exalted 7 damage. I do not believe Silas had an answer for that, and they scooped. So Show Reaper went to combat. All right, let me confirm with my players, but I do believe we are a match too. We go into game 2. We go. So we go into game 2. Mm. Just a second, I have to find my sideboard here. We going to game two? Yeah. Joe Reaper got that one, right? Cool. Yes, we're going to game two. They're sideboarding right now. Just give us a second. We'll be back on game two. You might have even heard them over the Discord. Uh, yeah, that was one thing is we forgot to show the companion for Show Reaper. Weaver this is actually his second game tonight, and he didn't show it in his first game either. So his companion is Kahira, the Orphan Guard, which is a cat beast, and goes along with the cat theme. Each creature card in your starting deck is a cat, elemental, nightmare, dinosaur, or beast card, or you can't play this card. Vigilance. Each other creature you control that's a cat, elemental, nightmare, dinosaur, or beast gets +1/+1 and has vigilance. He can pay 3 mana to put this card into his hand, and then he can cast it for its casting cost. Once it goes to the graveyard, it stays in the graveyard, or exile. It doesn't come back to the command zone, but he can't cast it out of there as a companion. Like I said, 3 mana, and then it goes to his hand. Because companions usually you could just cast out of the zone for their own cross, but they were too broken. We're going to start off with Silas going first, playing him out a swamp in the Inquisition of Kozilek. Inquisition of Kozilek has a choice of Wild Nicottle, Bronze Hide Lion, Feline Sovereign, or Pride Sovereign, and it looks like the Wild Nicottle is the one to go down. Okay. He also had 2 lands in the hand, which you cannot get with Inquisition of Kozilek, so we know that. So it looks like he's probably gonna, unless he draws into another turn 1 drop, it looks like he's gonna play a land pass most likely. And it looks like he did draw into a 1 drop. He drew into a Step Links, which is a 1 mana 0/1 landfall. Whenever this land enters the battlefield near your control, Step Links get +2/+2 until end of turn. Our opponent went played an Ardborg Tomb of Yawgmoth into an Expedition map. Again, we're back over to Show Reaper's turn. They play another land, which is a Temple Garden. It looks like they shock it in. And they play a Bronze Hide Lion, 2 mana 3/3. And for a green and a white, it gains indestructible till end of turn as an activated ability. When it dies, returns to the battlefield. It's an aura enchantment, and the creature you control has the green or white enchanted creature gains indestructible ability. It loses all other abilities though. That's very interesting. That is extremely interesting. I didn't know that was a clause on this card. I knew this card existed, but I didn't know it loses all other abilities. That's kind of interesting. But this cat deck's pretty much an aggro deck looking up to put up a lot of power. And those cat lords make it pretty viable. Um, he's got 2 of these Pride Sovereigns in his hand and a Feline Sovereign. And Inquisition's going to get 1 of them, but basically these are trips of the same card. He just needs a land to unlock them. We'll have to see what Silas has for any type of win condition if we get that far. So Bronze Head Lion moved on to the Step Links. Should not get this landfall trigger. It looks like they took the damage though. Um, I'm not a judge, and I don't know how they handle judge situations like this, but I should have mentioned it to them. Somehow. Hey guys, how do you all handle judge calls? You know, your step links wouldn't have done any damage there because it loses all abilities, including that landfall ability to give it +2. Because of the bronze hide lion aura effect. Roger. Okay, misunderstood. Carry on. Sorry. Agreed. Never mind my mistake, people. We're back. Just double checking. All right, so he plays another Pride Sovereign. And okay, so that's pretty good for him. He went through a damnation. I'm sorry. Silas made a damnation and cleared out both of those creatures, the Bronze-eyed Lion Aura and the creature of his stature, the Step Links. But the Pride Sovereign came down. Now we got a Takatuma Abandoned Mire hitting the ground, which just means it attacks for a black because the channel ability you have to discard it to get it. But it does mill 3 cards and you return a creature or planeswalker from your graveyard to your hand. It costs 1 less for each legendary creature you control. It's interesting. Karn the Great Creator came out. Does he have the lock here? Does he have an ensnaring bridge? And he has how many cards in hand? 0 cards in hand, I do believe. No, that's not right. 1 card in hand. So creatures with power 1 or less cannot attack him. Can't attack. Creatures with power greater than the number of cards in your hand can't attack. He has 1 card. So anything that has 1 or greater power can't attack. That's ensnaring bridge. And it looks like Silas packs it in. Our Show Reaper packs it in. I don't think he can get around the ensnaring bridge. So we're going to game 3. Yeah, Show Reaper scoot to that ensnaring bridge. Yeah, that was awful. Good beats. All right, thanks guys. Yes, sir. I'm gonna record it. I've got to learn to be less intrusive. Anyways, so I don't fuck them up while they're doing their tournament. Don't remember not to swear because you're on camera. Yes, I know. Anyways, so we're going to match 3 now. They're just sideboarding. Just give them a second. You know, the way my recorder works, I cannot pause and make edits and stuff like that. It goes live, or it's either live or it's not live, just as if you're recording live, and then it stops. And it stops the recording. I have no editing capabilities. Now, if any of y'all guys out there edit and would like to approach me about editing, come find me on Facebook at Magic Friendly Tavern. It'd be nice. If you'd like to teach an old dog how to edit, that'd be nice too. All right, here we go. We start again. I do believe it's going to be Show Reaper's turn since he's the one that lost the last match. And see how it goes. Mm-hmm. Alrighty then. We have a mulligan. We have a mulligan down to 5. That's horrible. We have an opening with a Temple Garden. Yes. Into play, untapped, chalked in. And we have an opening Loam Lion, which is a 1/1, but it gets 1+1/+2 as long as you control a forest. Cost of planes to cast. This Temple Garden is both a plains and a forest, so this is a 2/3. 1 mana 2/3, like Curd Ape. It's the flip of Curd Ape. Um, Curd Ape is red, but it also asks for a forest. Curd Ape was banned at one point because it was considered too aggressive. So Loam Lion's a pretty good card. We had Silas go swamp into turn 1 expedition map over on the other side. And into play comes a Windswept Heath, which is a fetch land, fetches plains or forests. Looks like we're getting into the red zone with the Loam Lion for 2. We end up with a Profane Tutor. Now he suspends for 2. In 2 turns, this will come off suspend, and he'll be able to search his library for a card and put it to his hand. In response, Show Reaper sacrificed the Windswept Heath and is going to get a land. I'm not sure. He's got a stomping ground. He's tapping for a red or a green. All right, he just did that in a turn. That's fine too. Okay, I get it. It's hard to tell since it's all manual. They have to put the things in manual. Sometimes it's hard to tell what they're doing, but we got some good magic going on here. This was not bad. I like this a lot. I hope y'all liked it too. I hope y'all are out there and enjoying this. I will definitely be getting better at this. Trust me. Then he plays a Feline Sovereign, which gives his Loam Lion another +1/+1 and protection from dogs. Whenever they deal combat damage to a player, show up to 1 target artifact or enchantment that player controls. Yep, dealt 3 damage. Ended up getting rid of his expedition map. Silas plays Verdant Catacombs. Alrighty then, we don't have really much going on here. So Reaper draws his card, play because it moves to his turn. Silas didn't really do anything on his turn. We're tapping out 3 after we played a Wooded Foothills for a King of the Pride. Other cats you control get +2/+1, +1/+1 on a 2/3. So that's 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5/5. Oh, and a 4/4. That's 9 damage coming in at Silas at this moment. He's at 14. That will put him to 5. Hmm. Cracking this verdant catacombs to go get a swamp is iffy. You can go to 4, but then you'd have to play another Land of Damnation to stay in this game. I do believe. Same crack the verdant catacomb. He's still in this. He goes to get a land. It is a swamp. And a Cabal coffers, and we do see 4 mana being tapped and a damnation. Oh goodness! And Silas only has, or Show Reaper only has 1 card left in hand too. Well, that was a timely damnation. All right, we got some mana being tapped here. What do we got going on? We got another Feline Sovereign coming out, a Pride Sovereign coming down. I can create an army quickly if Silas got a few more board wipes coming in there. He's definitely going to want to exert that next turn and get some more creatures on the field. I do believe. I would. All right, we've tapped 3 mana, and out we get a Liliana of the Veil. He down ticks it for -2 to cause each player to sacrifice a creature, and he gets rid of the Sovereign. He might be able to put up a fight at this point, especially making him discard cards each turn for each player. This could be working out in Silas's favor right now. It depends on what Show Reaper's hand really looks like. I do believe it's Shore Reaper. All right, we have now played a Golos to the field. And Golos went and got an Urborg to me Yawgmoth. Interesting. Golos really is win condition in this deck. Is he somehow a 5-color mono black deck? Because that would be interesting. I've rarely seen him, but it does happen. Um, Definitely interesting. I'm really going to enjoy this homebrew tournament and finally get to see brews and decks I've never seen before. It's good. It's going to be so great. We're going to record a lot of these. Mm, mm, mm. So he draws one hand, it's plains, he shows it to him, passes back to Silas, you can imagine, since Shore Reaper goes ahead and scoops. Yes, he does. And that's the end of match round 2 of our tournament, but the first round that I've recorded. Again, my name is Will from Magic the Friendly Tavern. Happy pack pulls and happy games. I hope you'll enjoy this. These are the homebrew tournaments from the homebrew clan. I'll have more information to those down in the description. Thank you all for joining us.